Hi there folks, welcome back to my channel, and for this video I'm actually on the outskirts of the town of Bonnybridge. So what I've actually come to see is called Rough Castle, and it is part of the Antonine Wall, and I think it's part of the Antonine Wall is probably the most obvious to see from the ground. Because even from just sitting here in the car park, I can actually see a section of the earthworks and the ditch that form part of the wall, which when you kind of, if you remember back to my video that I did when it was more over on the west coast, where there were supposed to be bits of the wall, you couldn't really see anything except for a bit that been roughly exposed. But here it's kind of quite an impressive section of the wall that you can actually still see. So I'm going to get out the car in a minute and go for a wander. I think I've actually been here before when I was doing my undergrads at Glasgow Uni in archaeology, because I remember being in part of the Antonine Wall and being in one of the ditches, and the ground being really spongy underneath. So I'm gonna again go for a wee explore, show you all what's going on, show you what's on site, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy what you see. If you are enjoying my channel, if you are enjoying my videos, please click on that subscribe button, please click on that notification bell, leave some likes, leave some comments, it's always really appreciated. And if you are wanting to help support the channel further, to help me get out and shoot more videos, get out further afield, show you more of Scotland's hidden gems, I will post a link to the channel's ko-fi.com page in the description bar and in a pinned post beneath. So I'm going to shut up just now before I really start to waffle and get on outside. Oh, this is the road that I kind of had to drive up, and it has kind of quite a few potholes, so if you are driving up, do be careful. And I will kind of go through the gate and have a proper explore in a minute, but hopefully you can see in the video, I think you probably should be able to see some of the earthworks and ditch that form part of Rough Castle, and it continues up that way as well. So again, you'll have to remember, it's like kind of a lot of these trees they'd probably been cut down by the Romans when they were here, so they'd probably have had a really clear view out across the valley and across towards the hills in distance. And if you're interested in your long distance walks, the John Muir Way also kind of goes past Rough Castle. Yeah, so like the Roman baths at Bearsden, they also give instructions in Latin. Yeah, so it's just a wee bit of information. Yes, there has been quite a lot of archaeological work done along the wall. Yeah, so apparently the Picts attacked the wall and were led by somebody called Graham or Grimm, and they kind of managed to break down the wall. And it was kind of became known as Graham's Dyke. So I think the signal point was supposed to be over there. The signal station. Yeah, I've just walked down from the path just up there. I've just come down into the actual bottom of the ditch. You can clearly see the earthworks on either side. And I will try and kind of walk up a wee bit onto the earthworks as well. Try and see, kind of give you a good view. And it continues off down that way. And you can see how boggy and marshy the actual bottom of the ditch would be, or kind of still is, which would have been part of the defence as well, because you would probably have had guys on top of the actual earthworks, which would probably have had a palisade on top of it, hurling things down at you as you try and kind of get through ground that boggy and that wet. Yeah, it's kind of sites like this that I should probably really get myself a drone for, because even though you do get at least some sense of the scale of the actual ditch and the earthworks, you still don't quite get the grandeur of what the site's actually like. And I have to admit, I would love to see this from an aerial shot. So, but I will kind of turn the camera around, because even from this point you do kind of get at least some idea. But I still think it would be amazing to be able to get some aerial shots of this, because, okay, even though it may not be as grand or as obvious for the entire stretch of it, sorry, there's a train line that goes right by the site, and a train just went by. So if that would be the sound you've just heard, would be the train going by, because there is a train station in Bonnybridge, but I think it's a kind of bit of a walk from this site. But anyway, as I was saying, I will turn the camera around and let you see what I can see from this point and on the wall. And even though it's like the Antonine Wall may not be as well preserved as the Hadrian's Wall, sites like this, sites like Rough Castle, still give you a sense of what the wall would have been like in the past, and how imposing and intimidating it would have been to the people in the area, and how much of an impact it would have had on the people at the time. People can forget that these sites were designed and were constructed to intimidate and impose Roman rule, and impose the Roman will on the local people. But it's still real impressive. That's the wall going in that direction. Probably will try and see if I can get a view, kind of looking up this section from further down. So, as I was saying earlier on, a lot of these trees would not have been there, or it would not be where they are now, which would give the Romans a really clear view of the surrounding area. So I'm going to try and go a wee bit further up. And there does seem to be quite a bit of wildlife around about here as well. And this is also quite close to the Clyde and Forth Canal. So Rough Castle was actually a fort on the wall. So they've actually found semen ware, which is that kind of type of pot there, here at Rough Castle. That is quite an impressive sight. So I've just walked along that section of the wall and I've come to this. It kind of comes down quite steep embankments down this wee river. And I think over there's the kind of the raised ground that kind of lady is sitting. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the remains of the fort. It extends a wee bit further back than the ditch on that side, or the earthwork on that side. And it looks a bit more square, rectangular, which would fit in with the shape of a Roman fort. So I'm going to go over and have a wee nosy. Yeah, I was right. This bit here, which probably you can't really see that clearly from actually being right next to it, is actually the location of the Rough Castle fort. So this is the inside of the fort itself. I think the wall continues on over that side.
One market gardens.
It's good that they have so many of these wee kind of information boards, because it does give you a sense of what the section of the wall and this fort were like.